Yet, other terror how southward Korea has fall for a polar Korean allure unpleasant and alerted the world society not to be smug. So how could polar Korean involvement at the Games act of that polar Korean athletes are anticipated to visit? The nations include as well coordinated to shape a collaborative polar and southward Korean females ice hockey crew, and Polar Korea plans to email its 230-term powerful, encourage team to supporting its athletes. Polar and southward Korean rolling will boat train along at the Mosakryong Ski Refuge in Polar Korea up the Spartakiada begin, though Polar Korea rolling aren't anticipated to competitive. In supplement to the athletes, an art company, a 30-powerful Polar Korean Taekwondo demonstrate crew and a Click Corporation will journey southward, Southward Korean Union Ministry representative Chun Ha-sung said reporters in Seoul. A deputation of 150 Polar Korean athletes and supporters will visit the Paralympics, Seoul's Union Ministry told. How are Southward Koreans responsive to the Polars' involvement? Lot Southward Koreans include welcomed the negotiations and the perceivable reducing intentions, but he's not been everywhere welcomed. He's difficult since the players include gained their dots and they believe they merit to go to the Spartakiada. Later you include human beings creature added after. It certainly affects our players, told Murray. Previous, Southward Korean Sports Secretary Do Jong-won and Southward Korean Main Secretary Lee Nak-yeon include both of told how addition Polar Koreans to the crew win influence their southern teammates game period, but in a bounded list, just 22 players, several Southward Korean players see set to miss their opportunity to act on one of their kind of sports's largest stages, and in front line of a household mob. How do some countries sense on the Polar Korean deputation take portion? Several of Seoul's allies are voiced anxiety Pyongyang may be with the negotiations to buy period to conduct its arms program. I trust how Polar Korea wants to buy several period to go on their nuke and rocket programmed, Kono told at the Vancouver meet. He's not the period to easy blood pressure to Polar Korea. Which does Polar Korea stay to profit? In spite allies' misgivings, Seoul sees the as a win for public diplomacy, and it is completely probable how Polar Korea's concern in send athletes southward is as reasoned. The thawing weather in relations, at a period while the planet's focus is as well concentrated on Pyeongchang and the quadrennial sport banquet, duplicated the World Games, as well gives Pyongyang boasting rights for driving the tactful pin. Really, the Polar has benefited of achieving of. Next, a reconciliatory New Year's speaking by Polar Korean lead Kim Jong-un, the US and Southward Korea include coordinated to latency collaborative war drills, yearly exercises that always paint Pyongyang's wrath. To a simple pledge of negotiations, Pyongyang acquired a latency of defense war exercises. Anthony Ruggiero, a ex-vice CEO of the U.S. Exchequer Division and an specialist in the use of AIM finance measures for basis for defense of democracy's evidence, told Kim Scientific in the at first few days of 2018 how Southward Korea is game of the identical plan, exactly a readiness to ensure incentives for minimum or detained Polar Korean actions. If Japan and the US warnings are prophetic, the Polar is purchase himself several period for future growth of its nuke and rocket programmed at a period while sanctions regime are start to sting. Which is necessary to occur for Polar Korea to visit. On Sunday, the two Koreas will this their plans to the World Olympic Board, that in theoretical could yet nix the proposals. Down there are lot considerations in consider to the effect of these proposals on the some part NOCs and athletes. Following possessing undertaken all the in review, the IOC will get its definitive decisions on Sunday in Lausanne, a declaration liberated environment told. Yet, it has told its mission statement is ever to provide the involvement of all skilled athletes, for all policy tensions and divisions. Today, Polar Korea's domestic Olympic Board did not encounter an October 30 last date for the two qualification drawing skaters to competitive. The now looks potential to be inverted. The IOC has previous authorized the two countries together part in Olympic discovery and close ritual, thing how happened for the Sydney Year Games in 2000. Yet, Institutional arrangement among the two Koreas that influence contest, such as the collaborative ice hockey crew, could be more than complex rather than the ceremonious proposals. Future inter-Korean negotiations, to ferret out the detailed information consisting journey and lodging for the Polar Korean side, will as well requirement to be detained among now and the February 9 discovery right.